First off, I want to start by saying thank you to the team at Ultimate Airsoft. It was a cool experience to come and check out the airsoft facility, handle some of the cool weapons that you saw at the intro scene. That scene would not have been possible without those guys, so make sure you check them out at ultimateairsoft.ca. Now, I just got out of Viswaroopam. Amazing movie. It was truly another Kamal Haasan hit. So I wanted to bring you the review. I'm sorry for all the people in Tamil Nadu that haven't got to see the film yet. But you know what? You can check out my review and I guarantee you're going to want to see it even more when it does come out. So first, as always, we're going to talk about the cast. This film had three main actors in it. We've got Pooja as the love interest. We've got, of course, the one, the only Kamal Haasan playing the main role in this one. And as the villain, we've got Rahul. But first, I'm going to tell you about Kamal Haasan's performance. First 30 minutes of this one, he took on this flamboyant type role. And I thought there was really only one way to describe it, guys, and that is art. It was a thing of beauty, and he absolutely commanded this role. As usual, for the remainder of the film, you can expect Kamal Haasan to take on several different roles, different looks, different feels to his personality, which I thought was pretty cool and really displayed how great Kamal Haasan is. No wonder he's starting to get his hands involved in Hollywood. So now let's talk about Kamal Haasan's wife in this one, Pooja Kumar. She's typically played roles in Hollywood films, and her last Tamil movie that she did happened in 2000. So this is only her second time in Tamil cinema. I thought she came across quite pretty on screen. Her acting was very well versed, and she was a believable character in this storyline. She didn't have any extreme standout moments for me, but she didn't have any downfalls at all. She kept the storyline moving forward, and she was a good complementary role to Kamal Haasan in this one. So last but not least, we've got the bad guy role played by Rahul. And this was a different type of villain for a Tamil movie. He had a different look about him. He had a googly eye at one point. And I won't explain too much about his looks because I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But I thought he took this role very seriously. He wasn't able to be his own personality from a day-to-day, real-life standpoint. He actually had to take on a different voice tone, a different type of facial features, and different type of, expressions throughout the movie, and I thought he did a really good job. The cast is even better than I've had the chance to mention to you. I did have to leave out Nasser and Andrea just based on time, but you know what? You're going to experience an all-star lineup in Viswaroopam. So having said that, I'm going to give cast an 8 out of 10. So Kamal Haasan brings us this story in true Kamal Haasan fashion. Controversy, action, superb acting, and realism. And those are all the things that I loved about this film. I don't want to give too much away because I know there's a lot of you that haven't actually seen the film yet. So what I will say is that it's based around a terrorist plot. The terrorists are coming in, and of course there's that fight back against. I won't tell you any more than that because I want you to check this one out 100%. I thought the story was superb, but I didn't think it was the best story I've ever seen. I thought there could have been a bit more originality in some areas of the plotline. But you know what? Kamal Haasan killed it as he always does. Great job, Kamal, and I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. Kamal Haasan didn't just bring us the story, he also directed this one. And because his direction is so unique and it aligns perfectly with this story, you can tell that he was behind the scenes because each one of the characters was completely developed in a way that had significance throughout the film. Now, this made the storyline flow perfectly. From the love, to the action, to the fight scenes, to the more docile moments, it all came together because of his direction. So I'm going to give his direction an 8 out of 10. Sanu is the cinematographer for this film, and I thought that he did a brilliant job throughout most of the movie, but there were a couple weak points. For instance, he would have super realistic scenes where he captured the helicopters in slow motion, some war scenes in perfect fashion, but then he had moments where he would go to a separate war scene and you could really see how it was fake with a backdrop and didn't really align with the previous amount of work that he did at the beginning of the film. So that was my only downfall. So what will I give you, Sanu? I think you deserve a 7.5 out of 10. So we got Shankari Shanloy on the music, and I'm starting to see this trend with Kamal Haasan using them to produce the music for his movies. Now, I thought there wasn't enough to begin with, and I thought there wasn't enough hype around the sounds that they used. I love the theme song. Viswaroopam, Viswaroopam. When the film's so heavily reliant on the background score to keep it moving in terms of momentum, you really expect them to use a broad spectrum of sounds. For instance, maybe a symphony, really to drive home that feeling and emotion that you see in a serious type of movie like this. But that wasn't there for me, and this just so happens to make music the weakest point and the weakest element of this film. So what am I going to give you? I'm going to give you a 6 out of 10. You are not going to be disappointed with this film, guys. You're going to love it, in fact. This is a great way to kick off 2013. I appreciate all your hard work, Kamal, for the vision you implanted into this movie. It was a must-see, and you know what? It's time for my overall rating. I'm going to give the film a 7.3 out of 10. And guys, this is Review Raja certified. Alright guys, just to say my final goodbyes on this review, but keep in mind I'm going to be coming to Chennai. February 2nd I leave Toronto, I land on the 4th, can't hardly wait to meet you all, so make sure you follow me on my Facebook page for the latest updates, or check me out on Twitter. You can find me on all the social media channels at Review Raja. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.